Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a desert style house. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check out the description below, in which I'll house all of my tutorial playlists, but also feel free to check out the card system, in which I'll link more specific videos that I think that you guys will really like. More stuff like this. Moving on, if you want to make the house, here's what you're going to need. You'll need some sandstone block, and some chiseled sandstone. Grab dark oak planks, and some dark oak stairs. And finally, grab yourself some white stained glass paint. And you know what? We might even need some white stained glass as well. And you know, we'll probably need some more things later on, because I think that we're going to be messing about with the interior and the exterior in this video. So we'll probably just need to grab more things as we need them anyway. But for now, once you have each one of these, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here. You're going to want to kick off your house with this sequence of blocks coming directly across the floor. So you want to do this. So going right, do 1 chiseled sandstone, followed by 7 sandstone. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do 2 chiseled sandstone. That's 1, 2. Then do 2 regular sandstone. Then 1 dark oak plank. Then leave a gap of 1 and then place another dark oak plank. Then do 2 sandstone. Then follow it up by doing 1 chiseled sandstone. And what you then want to do, guys, is you want to take a sideways view to what you've just made. And now going right, you want to do a row of 7 sandstones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do a chiseled sandstone. Then take a sideways view to what you've just made, so we're now looking back at the front of the house, and you should also have a guardian in your world. You want to go right of this chiseled sandstone by... You want to go right of it by 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do 2 chiseled sandstone, that's 1, 2. Then do another row of 7 regular sandstone, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do a chiseled sandstone, and then connect that chiseled sandstone all the way back to where you first started with regular sandstone. So you want to have something which should look like this. And looking down, I know that it's kind of hard to tell where we've placed all of the chiseled sandstone, isn't it? Just because of the nature of it, but that's what you want to have. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So why don't we take care of this right hand side first of all? So where we have each one of these chiseled sandstones, guys, on the right hand side, so ignore those 2 left hand corners at the moment. On the right hand side, on top of each one of these chiseled sandstones, you want to stack a row of 11 chiseled sandstones. So on top of these 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the same for the right. So just do another row of 11 like that. You also want to do the same thing on this corner block. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And at this corner as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And these back 2 as well, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the right hand one as well, so just drag that up all the way up. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this. This is what you want to do next. We now have to turn each one of those 4 pillars into proper like 3D shapes. So these 2 end corner blocks, the way to do this is to add 3 layers of chiseled sandstone around these blocks. So it'll look like this. It'll look like 1 coming out the back, 1 coming out the side, and then connect both of them together in the corner. So now we have like a proper corner big 3D pillar. Do the same to the front. So on the front we want to have a row coming out of the right hand side. We want to have a row coming out the front, and then a row in the corner, like so. Come on, there we go, like that. Perfect. On the front and the back, all we have to do is add an extra layer of chiseled sandstone in front or behind the rows. So out of the front, obviously, we just want to stack a row in front, and out of the back we just want a row coming out of the back. So we just want to have something which should look, and let me see if we can get a better view of this. Is this any better now that we're on the front? You want to have something which should look a little bit like that. Now, once you've done that to the right hand side, we want to do a similar process to the left hand side, except there's a little less chiseled sandstone involved. So on the left hand side, where we have these 2 blocks, and there's only 2 of them, you want to go up on top of each of them by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, and this back corner one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you want to do a similar process with what you did to the opposite corner. So you want to add 1 coming out the back, 1 row coming out the side, 1 row in the middle. So coming to this corner as well, it's like side, then, whoops, come on, destroy, there we go, and then front, then the middle, like so. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this, and that's perfect. Now, once you've got that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. So, starting from, come all the way over to the right hand side of your house. So you're on this right hand side. That guardian is really distracting me. Why did I build it here? It's just massive and it's in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry about that. It really is distracting. So you're on the right hand side of the house, you're on this first row, you're going to go right around the house, that way we're going to go all the way around, and you want to repeat this sequence of blocks. Move the dark oak wood planks and the sandstone closer together, by the way. Do this, do 1 sandstone, 1 dark oak, 1 sandstone, 1 oak, 1 sandstone, 1 oak, 1 sandstone. Repeat that indefinitely. So we're on the back, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. There. Coming to here, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. Over to here, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. And now we're on the front, it's sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. Perfect. But what we don't want to do is we do not want to tamper with this front, like where the entrance is. We don't want to mess about with that just yet. We'll be doing that later. So what you then want to do, guys, once you have that layer of sandstone and oak wood going all the way around the house, what we now want to do is we want to add this layer on top, and you might want to move the white stained glass closer to the other material. So the white stained glass pane, move it closer to the sandstone and the dark oak. And we want to do this where we place sandstone, we want to place sandstone. Where we placed the oak, we want to place glass. As simple as that, and we want to do that going all the way around the house. So everywhere that we placed oak wood and we placed sandstone, do the same thing except now with glass and sandstone. As simple as that, guys, as simple as that. So we're just going, oh, there we go, and we've nailed it. We've done that all the way around the house, except for the entrance comes later. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we now want to do an additional layer of the sandstone and the oak. So, once you've done that, you now want to add an additional layer of, like I said, the sandstone and the oak, and those will be the windows, or at least the ground floor windows, because there's going to be some second layer? Lair? What is this? Who am I, Dr. Evil? There's going to be a second story in which there will be more windows. So we just want to have something which should look a little bit like this. And we are also going to modifies. Why can't I talk today, guys? What is up with me? We are going to modify this a little bit, but we're going to have to do something first of all. So actually, you know what? Let's do this. So you guys can see on the left-hand side here how the left-hand side of the house is kind of separate from the right-hand side of the house. Well, do yourself a favor. On top of the left-hand side of the house, stack a layer of sandstone block. Just on top of the windows, just do a single layer of sandstone block going all the way around the top of it, like that. And once you've done the layer of sandstone block, what you then want to do is starting from just left of the entrance on top of your row of sandstone, going left, going all the way around, you want to do this. You want to do 1 chiseled sandstone, leave a gap, chiseled sandstone, leave a gap, sandstone, leave a gap, sandstone. So you kind of want to have like that sandcastle effect. And we want to have the same thing on the left hand side here. So sandstone gap, sandstone gap, sandstone gap. So on and so forth. On the back, sandstone gap, sandstone tongue twister, sandstone gap, you guys get the point. So we want to go all the way around, just that left hand side, and we kind of want to give it that sandcastle effect, like so. Once you've got that taken care of, we can now better focus on the front here. So this is what we want to do. Why don't we construct the entrance to the house? So the entrance to the house is going to look a little something like this. So you can see where we have these 2 dark oak wood blocks. Well, these are really just placeholders. We don't even need those. In front of this left-hand dark oak block, you want to do this. Place another dark oak. Place 1 on top. Do a white stained glass on top of that. Go right by 2. Then go down by 2 of the dark oak. What you then want to do is place a dark oak in the center of on top of the glass, and then do a dark oak stair left and right, And then I've just realised we could also do it with some dark oak slabs to just place right on the centre of that. And what you can then do, guys, is you can then just knock out these dark... Actually, don't. What you have for the entrance, just do the exact same thing. Or not the exact same thing. Just do the bottom bit, like just behind the entrance. Like do the dark oak planks just behind the entrance and do the glass bit. So moving to an obvious jump cut, what we now want to do, guys, is behind the entrance, we now want to fill 5 rows of sandstone. So it'll look a little bit like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, and then we can just fill completely behind the entrance in with sandstone. Now, I can't remember where I just cut this off, so I'm not sure if this makes a load of sense. I believe that we just made the entrance, and then I told you guys something, but that'll be cut out. So what you want to have is you want to have 5 solid rows of sandstone just stacked behind the entrance. 5, that's important. Once you have your 5 rows of sandstone, you now, starting from the left hand side on top of this sandstone block, you're going to want to, going right, do this pattern, and this is a pattern that you know. So it's going to be sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. Move through the wall, so we're now on this side, and it doesn't matter that we don't have anything below us. Do sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. Moving to the back now, it's going to be sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone. And on the right hand side here, we want something similar but not completely the same. We want sandstone, oak, and then we're going to want to leave a gap, and then from the opposite side we want the same thing, sandstone, oak. So we kind of want to have something which should look like this, and I'm sure that you guys can see what we have here. What we can then do is take out our sandstone, and we can then just kind of like bridge the gap between the windows that we have on the right hand side and we can have on the back, and then we can continue the pattern because we're just going to be making some proper windows. Then we'll be like filling in the rest of the walls, and then we can make some adjustments to the house. So ignore that bit for now. What we now want to do is we just want to, on top of the windows, we want to stack like that familiar pattern again. We want to do like where there's sandstone, where there is oak, there is glass, if you guys are catching my drift. So, you know, where there's sandstone, place sandstone, where there is oak, place glass. So we want to do this on this side as well. We'll be building up the side of this house in a second anyway, so we can just leave that as is. So once you've added that layer on, once you've got the sandstone and the glass, the layer above it will of course be sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, oak, sandstone, and it just continues on like that, doesn't it, guys? We just want to have the windows built up, and what will then be going on after this is we're then going to add an additional layer of sandstone on top of it, like this. Perfect. So we now have the base windows, and then on top of that we're just going to do a layer of sandstone. And then on top of that layer of sandstone, we're then going to add kind of like the sandcastle effect, as I like to call it, or just a regular castle really. Kind of got those like intermittent stone blocks at the top. So you want to have something which should look like that, and once you've done that, you now want to take out your chiseled sandstone, and starting from the left hand side here, you guys know what you have to do. It's kind of like I said, it's it's the sandcastle effect with your chiseled sandstone. Like every other block, you just want to place a chiseled sandstone starting from the very left. So you kind of want to have this effect, and it makes a difference. It does make the house look a little bit better. Once you've got that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. So let's first of all fill in the 2 roofs. So this house has 2 roofs. The first one, obviously the tallest roof, is what we've just finished taking care of. So you just want to fill the top of this roof in with sandstone. It really wouldn't make too much sense to fill it in with anything else, or maybe it would. Maybe dark oak wood would actually look good, but that's completely up to you. Fill it in with what you want. But the first one, obviously, just up at the top of here. I'm having difficulty talking today, guys. I don't know why it is. I think I might be tired. Fill the top of that in with sandstone, right at the top, that's the big one, and coming down on the left hand side here, just the smaller one, fill the top of this in with sandstone block. And you don't have to just stop at the top of the roof, actually. You don't have to stop with just the exposed part. You can also fill in the indoor part as well. So once we've got this little bit filled in here, and we have, like, that's the exposed part, that's the bit that's outside, you can just continue doing that until you come into the indoor part, and this is going to be the second floor. This is going to be where the floor is, and it's just going to make actually placing the next bit easier. We might even leave one row out. Yeah, we're going to leave one row out just so that we can travel between the two quite easily. So just on the outside here, you'll notice that we now have a bit of a mess, don't we? So to clear this up, we can just add a layer of sandstone. We'll knock out that block there. We'll do this. And we can have, what do we want to do with this? So, shall we have that? No, I want it as high as the windows. So why don't we have that for an entrance? And this is kind of like leading onto the balcony. If you'd like to call it a balcony, whatever you want to call it, completely up to you. That's what you want to have leading onto the balcony. And what can we do next? So the next thing that probably needs doing is the windows, guys. Now that we've got all of the floors in and stuff. So the windows, very simple. With the bottom layer of dark oak wood planks, you want to place upside down stairs. Top layer, you want to place regular facing stairs. Easy as that. You want to do that to every single one of those windows. Not just one, all of them. Every single one, every single window, all of them, all of them. I don't know who I'm emulating there, but I had somebody in my head. I've got no idea. But in front of every single window, bottom layer, upside down dark oak. Top layer, regular facing dark oak stairs. Easy as that. Just go all the way around. All the way around. I'm doing it again. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. There's a character out of like a TV series or something that says that, and I'm sure that I've got that in my head, and I have no idea who it is, and it's going to drive me mental. It's going to drive me absolutely mental. Leave a comment down below, let me know who I'm trying to emulate, very poorly, but anyway, we're adding all of the little bits in front of the windows. And once we've done it, we just want to have something which should look a little bit like this, and it does actually make quite a bit of difference. I would definitely recommend doing this. I don't recommend that you do everything that I do just because of like some, difference in styles and stuff, but this I would definitely recommend. Once you've got the windows taken care of, why don't we actually build up like some of the outside of the house? So this is like the actual base part of the house complete. This is like the actual, this is the base house. What we do from here out is going to style it a little bit, and we can also make some changes to it. So I did this with my last desert house, and I'm just going to do it here as well. I'm going to modify the inside and the outside with you guys. So first of all, we're going to mess about with the outside. I'm going to leave a row of 3 going all the way around the house, I think. So for the entrance of the house, we're going to have an entrance leading up with 2 parallel rows of dark oak wood. But then, I think that we're just going to kind of have sand going all the way around the house. I don't think that we're going to have anything else, and I want to have 3 rows cleared all the way around the house, and we're just going to fill this in with sand. It's going to be sand, and there's going to be cacti on each one of the 4 corners, I think. I did that with the last house that I made, like the last desert house. I quite liked it, so I think I'm going to copy that again. Haven't decided what I'm going to... There we go, that's fixed. Haven't decided what I'm going to use for the... What is it called, guys? For the floor. I haven't decided what... Stop destroying my house! I haven't decided what I'm going to use for the ground floor, though. I don't know what I'm going to do there just yet. I think I used stone last time, but is there a better material that I can use? There's nothing wrong with stone. Nothing wrong with stone whatsoever, but do I want to use something else? Do I want to use something that like merges a little bit better with the house itself? I'm gonna think about it whilst I prepare this. So we're just obviously, like I keep saying, like I keep mentioning, we're just preparing this. We're knocking out all of this, and this is going to be filled in with sand. On top of the sand, I might add a couple more things. I'm going to add the cacti on each one of the 4 corners because I like that, and then if there's some like dead plants, like I know that there's one in my head, like if we can add some shrubs and some dead bushes, I'm not sure if you can actually add that onto sand, but if you can, I might disperse those semi-evenly around the house just to kind of give it that effect. Shall we see if we can do it? I don't know, I've never even used them. Can we do this? Can we add some dead bushes? Oh no. How about a dead one? Yes! Okay, so I think that we're going to add a couple of those around as well. And what I might even add is I might add some stones, like, I don't know what material I'll use for it just yet, but I think that I might use some, I don't know, maybe cobblestone? No, cobblestone might not be right. Maybe even some, like, stone bricks. I might throw a couple of stone bricks, or just regular stone. It might just be like that regular smooth looking stone. I might throw a couple of those about the place. And that'll kind of just give it like that desert vibe. It'll just give it kind of that, like that, I don't know, kind of like that dead land vibe. So I might do that. After this is filled in with sand, I think that we're going to decide that. Still haven't decided on the material that we're using for the ground floor though. Haven't figured that out. My instincts tell me to use stone. That's what they're telling me. Not sure whether to use it though. I don't know why I'm apprehensive to use it, but I don't want to. I don't know why, but I also don't know the alternative. I don't know what might also look good. I might get a better idea after I've thrown the cacti up, because we've not got that much sand left to add. And once I've thrown the cacti up, and once we've thrown some dead bushes about the place, then we might... of course, gravity. Then we might be able to get a bit of a better idea. But this is the outside of the house. It's really, really easy to do. It's just a little time consuming. So there we have that. We can probably get rid. What do we probably don't need the glass again. So why don't we now grab some, where are they? Some cactus. And the cactus I'm just going to place equidistant from both the house and like the edge of the sand. Like, I guess that if you were going to make this a survival house, you'd build it in the desert. So it wouldn't really matter where you place these cacti. But I want them kind of like looking nice and even and evenly spaced from the house and the corners and stuff. So now I'm going to add some dead bushes about the place. And I think that I'm going to add like 3 on the back, 2 on the sides, and that should probably be it. Actually, I think it's going to be 4 on the back, and I'm kind of just placing these unevenly, alright, I hope unevenly, and we should just have something. Does that look good? Looks kind of good, does it? I kind of like the dead bush effect, I kind of do, and I did also have an idea, maybe, while those are the materials gone, I did think some, maybe some sandstone? Not some sandstone, some regular stone, and do we have stone stairs? Do those exist, or is it stone brick stairs? Eek. Yeah, we just have this, don't we? Or maybe even some stone slabs. Maybe that'd even work. Maybe just... do we like this? Do we like... Nah, I don't. I was just imagining like some stone rocks kind of like thrown about the place, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe built into the floor? No, don't like that either. Okay, scratch that. We tried, didn't we? But the dead bushes and the cacti definitely work, and I definitely like those. I'd prefer a little bit more colour, but this is the desert after all. It doesn't have any colour. So what we're going to do next, what can we do? So we've got to decide a material for the downstairs floor of the house. What do we want to use, guys? What do we want to use? I don't know. Do we want to use birch planks? Shall we use birch planks? Or maybe some spruce? How does birchwood plank, how do they look? I kind of like that. I kind of like that. That's not too bad. Shall we use that? Yeah, screw it, why not? Why not use some birchwood? You guys don't have to use this if you don't want to. If you guys want to use stone, then use stone, but we're going to use some birchwood planks. I know that it's very close to the colour of the sand itself, but hey, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It looks fine. It looks fine, it looks good, I think. I hope it looks good. I did consider using sand anyway. But sand's a little limited. I think you can only place so much on sand. Although the chiseled sandstone, I think that the sandstone block, I think you can do whatever with it. But sand, as you guys know, it's a little bit limited. You can't place everything you like on there. Or can you? I don't know. I think I'm making stuff up. So yeah, why don't we just use some birchwood planks? Might not be the best choice, but this is what we're going to use. You know, this is it. This is what we play for. We're also going to light up the interior of this, because the interior is very dark, isn't it? Quite dark. Staircase, probably going to go in that back right hand corner. Yeah, definitely going to place a staircase in the back right hand corner. Going to use dark oak stairs, because that'll contrast nicely with everything else. So we're going to, and we already have this here, so where are they? I wish I didn't get rid of everything. So we'll have some dark oak wood stairs there. What? Hang on. Yep. There. And there, and we managed to dodge all of the windows, which is a miracle. I love that we did. And we could even add some glass block just behind it if we wanted to. If we actually cared, we could just add some glass block, and then right up here we have the second floor. Let's light this up though, because we have got to make this a little bit lighter, a little bit more friendly, I think. because we are going to be doing the interior here, guys. As little as I like interiors, we're going to be doing one. Not a good one. Not a good one. I said not a good one, but it's going to be an interior. I'm not good at them. That's why I don't do them, typically. But I'm going to give it a go. I did it last time, and I wasn't completely depressed with it. So we're going to give it another go. We can also have an... where do we put this then? Okay. Alright, so as you guys may have noticed, the wilier of you out there, you might have noticed that... How many do we need? Is that okay? Can we move up and down the stairs? No. Okay. We can actually place it... We could just place stairs on stairs. Okay, so why don't we just place that? That here? Here? No. Here? Can we dodge this? Is there a way to... Ah! No! Stop it! I want stairs going up to the roof. Don't want it to interfere with the windows. I've got a thing about that. I don't know what it is. Alright. Here. Then... Alright. Okay. Okay, this works. This works. Alright. Okay, that definitely... That's fine. We had to destroy a couple of torches, but hey, what are torches? Torches are nothing. You've got to jump onto the stairs, but the stairs are meant to be jumped on anyway. It's perfectly fine. So now you can make your way up to the roof. Lovely. That's what I wanted. We have the place lit up. Let's do the actual indoor parts, and then let's move to the outside. So, for the indoor parts, we want a TV. I think we want a TV. We're going to add a TV to the house. I don't know why, but I like adding TVs to houses. No clue. Not sure why. Let's have it on a spruce wood stand for once. We're going to be covering up the windows, but hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're going to be making the house look a little bit darker as well. But, again, what are you going to do? We'll have the frame here. Let's have a smaller TV. We'll have the frame here. And then the center of the TV can be cyan stained clay. TV's not very big. Okay, so we'll have the frame of the TV here. Center part here. Makes more sense. Then we can have... why don't we have different units for the speakers, and why don't we have the speakers come out a little bit? So actually, let's have that come out here, and then we can have like let's use dark grey wool for speakers. So why not put like we're blocking up. We're really blocking up all of the windows, which is bothering me. But what can you do? Those can be speakers, I guess. That's kind of a TV. You can tell that that's a TV. Shall we have the TV resting on the floor, actually? That way it'd be bigger. It'd be bigger if it was resting on the floor. That's a thing. Would it look better, though? That's a question. Let's see. Would it look better? We're destroying the floor. That's not good. Kind of does. I do think that looks better. Okay, well, let's have the TV on the floor. I always like adding these sofas and the TVs like this. I always do the same design, and it's because I like it. I always like this, and usually I'll add like a coffee table on the ground as well, which will be like, well, I mean, we don't really have that much space for one, but it's typically like this. I kind of like that. I always like a nice big sofa like this and just like a TV. We could add something on the ground. We could add, oh, what can we add? What kind of carpet? I mean, we could add some brown carpet. No, that looks terrible. Okay, never mind, no carpet. I kind of do want a little bit of carpet around, though. Why don't we have like a welcome mat? I don't know why, but I like the colours red and white when it comes to these desert houses. So why don't we have like, why don't we have kind of like what I like to call the picnic table, kind of like carpet just coming in a little bit. So why don't we have it come? Why don't we have it come all the way up to the wall? Actually, why doesn't it come this far? It can if it wants. Nobody cares. It's allowed in. Nobody said that the carpet's not allowed in the house. Nobody said that, so we have the carpet coming in the house here. Now we have a different question. It's like, what do we do with this space between here and there? Because we're kind of limited, aren't we? Because we put the TV there, we have to be able to get to it relatively easier. And I guess you could have a table and chairs. You could have a table and chairs. Why don't we do that? Why don't we add a couple of tables and a couple of chairs? So we'll do the chairs first, and then we'll do the tables. So why don't we add one chair here? Oops. There we go. Realistic-ish looking chair. And we might not have room for it, actually. We might not have room for a realistic chair. Do we? We kind of do. Yeah, we do. We have room. We can make room. So we'll have that there. then if we have a relatively large table, it doesn't even have to be that big, it just has to be this big. And then if we have a different color surface, why don't we have like a stone surface for the table? Why don't we have that? So I know that there's not much room in this house, well aware of that, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? So a little cramped. Very cramped though, isn't it? Very cramped. Is there a different idea that we can have? There is a different idea. We could have the table up against the wall. We could have like a little table coming off the wall here. And we could have like a chair right up against it. That might make sense. Yeah, like that. That makes a little bit more sense. Looks a little bit less cluttered. Is there anything else that we can add that won't make this thing... You know what, that's probably it. That's probably enough for the downstairs. So that's the downstairs. Up here we can have... Do we have enough room for a bedroom? I think we do if we add it right here. Like if we throw the bed in the corner. If we throw it right... Yeah, we'll throw it right there. And then we can add something around it. So I'm going to use dark oak. And then I think we're going to be boring. We're going to have a boring looking bed. It's just going to be... Yeah, that's what it's just going to be a boring looking bed. Just a boring bed, but a bed all the same. We don't have that much room. It's just like blocked into the corner like this. What can we have? What else can we have? What would you have in a bedroom? So we can add some chests and stuff, and we can add like a music player, maybe even a beacon. I like adding beacons to bedrooms. Why don't we have a more shapely looking bed actually? Why don't we have that? At the foot of the bed, opposite of the bed, we can always have a couple of chests because that'd make sense. That's where you'd keep your stuff. I always like putting like a bedside table next to the bed, but there's no real need for one because you've got this big rest on it, so it doesn't even really make too much sense. But you could definitely put like a beacon there. No, beacons kind of look like night lights. I kind of like, yeah, I kind of like that. I might just have like a beacon in the middle of the room. Maybe a little bit more carpet. Why don't we add a little bit more carpet up here? We can have like the white and red. Yeah, this is good. So we don't need a lot of it or anything. I can't even place it where I want it. So just a nice little bit of carpet there, just in the middle of the room. I wish it wasn't touching anything, I'm going to be honest with you guys, but you know, what can you do? So this is a nice little bedroom, doesn't look too out of place. Why don't we move up to the roof? So what can we do up here? Here is where I would probably put like, I don't know, like a sunbed or something. I might put a couple of sunbeds up here just because that might make some, well, yeah, you'd probably want to be closest to the sun if you were to sunbathe. I know you're in the desert, so you probably wouldn't. Like, that's the last thing you'd want to do, isn't it? Like, actually sunbathe in the desert. Is that even a smart idea? That seems like it's bad for your health. So, let's place these ever so slightly further back, because I want to place some potted plants. We'll now grab some more sandstone to repair the roof that I just destroyed. And why don't we add... Sorry about that, guys, coughing fit. So why don't we add some grass block and some wooden trapdoors. And we can throw some plants in there. Probably jungle leaves. We'll probably throw jungle leaves in there. Jungle leaves are a favourite of mine. Oh, don't be that way. Huh. Okay. Triple planter. Fine. 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 I don't care. And then we can add some jungle leaves in here. So like here and here. Does that make sense? Oh, god damn, it's so off center. Oh god, it's killing me. It's hurting. It's actually hurting. Okay, so why don't we... I don't know why that upset me. I like things symmetrical, that's why it upset me. We're going to move that sunbed ever so slightly further over as well, just because that makes more sense. This here, destroy that. Wonderful, they're in line. Got a couple of potted plants. Does that look good from up here? No. No, it doesn't. Why? What's wrong with it? Oh, I know why. Oh, I know why. That's... it'd have to be there. Oh, I was wrong. Maybe, okay, scratch the plants. We don't want the plants. This is how it goes. It's trial and error. Yeah, so why don't we have it so that just comes back over here, and we'll just leave it at that. Maybe we'll have, I don't know. Maybe what can we have up here? Maybe just like, I don't know, like here, and then we'll just place this around here, and this will be nice and centered, so it won't drive me insane. And what if we just add some roses? What if we just add some roses in there? Won't that look lovely? And can we see that from the top? We can. Oh, doesn't that look wonderful? Why isn't that centered? Oh, of course. God damn it. OCD. OCD is a very real thing. Can we even get up and downstairs now? Can we? Yeah, we can. Okay, fine. Fine by me. Alright, so there we go. Oh, God, that's better. That's a lot better. Looks terrible, though. Looks terrible. Probably wouldn't keep that. So that's mainly the indoors and the outdoors taken care of. Looking nice and, I don't know, lively. What can we do here? What can we add on this opposite side? Maybe we'll just add like a garden. Maybe we'll just do garden. You know what? We're doing a garden. What can we have? What can we use? What can we use? Okay, so this, we'll use this, surprise, surprise, and we'll use some roses. Again, surprise, surprise. So why don't we just place these here, and then we'll have here. Oh, windows. Windows are a problem. Are they? Yeah. Huh. Can't really maneuver. Okay, so what about if we reduce the size of them by like that? No, it has to come this far. So here. Here. Maybe water in the center instead. Whoops, what am I doing? Maybe water in the center of them? Yeah, water in the center. That'd look better. I think that doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look good though. Doesn't look good. What? How can this look better? How can, you know what? It doesn't even matter that much. It's more of a concept than anything. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't actually look bad. This house looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that's the inside and the outside. I mean, I don't. Ow! Oh! God damn, that was painful. Don't worry about what just happened there. Okay, so this is the house, guys. Looking pretty colourful, looking a little bit interesting. That's kind of like the process I go through when messing about with the interior and the exterior. That's what I usually cut out. That's how you turn like a 20-minute video into a 40-minute video. But hey, some of you guys are a little interested, so why don't we take off? We don't need to take off the UI. Why don't we just take off Flight? Why don't we take a look at the inside, and then we'll take a look at the outside with no legs. So this is the interior. This is the ground floor. As you guys might be able to remember, we have a chair and we have kind of like a desk sort of thing popping out of the wall. Here we have kind of like a sofa, and we have a leaking roof, we have a TV, and we have some speakers and stuff. That looks pretty good. We have a little bit of a carpet here. Carpet always looks nice. Staircase is jammed right into this corner, save as much room as possible. Here we have a night light in the form of a beacon, which is looking pretty good. Bit more carpet. Have a bed here, not too many places to place this. We've got a chest here, that makes sense, keep your stuff in. We've got a nice little garden here on the outer terrace of the house, looking lovely, if I may do say so myself. That sentence probably made sense. Heading all the way up to the roof here. Up on the roof we just have a nice little bit of a planter. And we have a couple of sunbeds. If I was being a little bit more OCD, and when I say being a little bit more OCD, I'm moving it, we have a couple of sunbeds, and we have some flowers, and there we go, that's better. Oh, that's better. It's still driving me mental, because really, you know, it should stop here, but oh god, there we go. Wonderful. All right, there we go. I didn't want it to be next to the stairs, but what can you do? Now it's actually centered. But that's the roof. That's a big part of the roof. Taking a look at the outside. The outside's very easy. You guys remember we did that a little while ago. Not entirely sure whether the birchwood planks works for the ground floor of the house, but what can you do? The cacti and the dead plants definitely look cool though, or at least IMO. IMO, right? So I don't know. Is there anything left to say? That's the outside of the house. We have 3 blocks dug around it, we have cacti on the corners, we have some dead plants in between, nothing really much to say. Cool looking house though, I think, I hope, and I hope that you guys like this little extra bit on the end. I mean, like I said, I'd usually cut this out, but I think that one of you guys suggested, like, why don't you actually show us how to do an interior? What are you doing? It's your job to do tutorials, you should do the indoors as well. So, you know, I've done that. So, hopefully you guys like this, hopefully you've managed to make it, and, you know, if you want, mold this house to how you like it. I really like this house, it reminds me of, like, a nice little cool sandcastle sort of thing, and I've been wanting to build some different style houses for a while. You guys know that I kind of, like, I get my mind kind of, like, stuck on one thing, like survival houses, and then before you know it, I've made, like, 7 of them. And, you know, I'm sure that it'll happen to this before I move on to the next one. Actually, for the next Sunday house, I'm thinking of something different. But I'm not thinking of something different for Saturday. I'm thinking about making a sand temple on Saturday. But, you know, whatever. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you've managed to make it. And if you've done both of those things, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favourite, a share. Anything you feel like, don't tell me. I guess I would just vastly appreciate it, as I always do. Feel free to check out the description below, in which I'll house all of my tutorial playlists, including the card system. Also remember that. That sentence didn't make any sense either. Check out the card system, in which I'll link all of my tutorial videos and things that more pertain to houses like this. I'm sure that I've been talking for too long. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.